Can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkin Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. This is another great episode of the Bodkin Show. I am that dude, of course, Bodkins. You know what it is. It is Wednesday night. It is time for our NFL Week 9 preview show. I mean, wow. We're already speeding through the season. The trade deadline just passed yesterday. Lots of moves, record-setting day, trades, big moves within, this is like turning into NBA season here in the NFL, trade after trade after trade. We talk a lot about each trade on my morning show this morning, so please check that out. You know what it is, the weekly wrap-up. But tonight we got some great guests. The K&K boys are off doing some family stuff, so I don't know if they'll be joining us or not, but they might hop in a little bit later. So there's that. But we got some great guests. And speaking of the trade deadline, we got to talk some teams. Talk with some people whose teams might have won the trade deadline. Two teams that possibly won the trade deadline. First of all, we're bringing in, you guys know the usual face, my man, Johnny Cruz. Johnny, what's up, my man? The Dolphins pushed their chips in, my friend, all into the center of the table yesterday. How you feeling coming off of the Chubb, the Jeff Wilson trade? You got to be flying high, my friend.
Yeah, I can't front. I'm feeling pretty good about the trades. Always a pleasure to be on here with you, Nick, bro. You know that. But yeah, super excited. Yeah, the Dolphins definitely said that they are behind Tua with these trades as well, because they gave up the 2 first-round picks. Well, they gave up a first-round pick, and then, of course, our knucklehead owner gave up the first-round pick and a third-round pick next year. But it's exactly what we needed. We needed a pass rusher. Bradley Chubb, he's only 26. You get him at his prime. Yeah, he's had some injury history, but you talk about when he's on his game, he's a premier pass rusher, and that's what we needed. So I like the Jeff Wilson trade. He's exactly what we needed in the backfield, because I like Raheem Mostert, but he's not a workhorse. You can't give him 20-something carries, so you can keep him at the 15. And this kid right here is 6 foot 213. He's got some size. He knows the system, so he's plug and play. And he's actually got good hands. I like the Chase Edmonds free agency sign, but it just didn't work out for him here. So I wish him the best of luck in Denver. But we got that money off the books too. So Chris Greer, he basically said F them picks just like the Rams did, and I'm all for it.
Hey, so speaking of a team that also said F them picks, and really it's crazy that this has coincided because you two teams have made some incredible trades the last 2 years. We talked about it yesterday. I texted you about it yesterday. This team traded up for Trey Lance with you, and you turned the Trey Lance picks into Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and now Bradley Chubb. And so we had to bring in
Thank you, Laramie Tunsil.
And we had to bring in you, my friend. And now we got to bring in another team whose team, a lovely lady whose team probably also won the trade deadline. Give it up for the first time right here on the Bodkin Show, the lovely Miss Gina from ReppinnWithGinaG with Gina G. Gina, I appreciate you joining us right here on the Bodkin Show. Gina, hey, let's just jump right into it, Gina. I mean, the 49ers, they also make the backup 2 weeks ago, make the huge trade for CMC. Is that that's a season saver, right?
Yes. Well, thank you first for having me. But yes, I mean, the first thing I said was, not only are we going to the Super Bowl, we're fucking winning the Super Bowl. Talk about an overreaction, right?
Hey, you ain't got. Hey, you're talking to the king of overreactions, baby. You're talking to the king of overreactions. If anybody knows about overreactions, it's your boy Bodkins.
You feel what you feel, girl. Yeah,
I
for real.
mean, we not only hands down won this trade, whatever you want to call it, this whole package, this whole thing. I don't care what we gave up. So we gave up the 2023 second, third, fourth round picks and the 2024 fifth round pick. Go ahead, take them all because yes, he's injury prone or whatever you want to call it. But I feel like given the right environment, you go into a different workplace, you feel like, maybe it's going to be a better, place to feel like you can work there. I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just going to be a better work environment for McCaffrey. And he's got the tools, he's got the coach, he's got the offensive, genius. We'll see. I mean, but look what just happened, in week 8. So
Hey,
I'm ready to get to it.
First player to throw a touchdown pass, catch a touchdown pass, run a touchdown pass since what was it, like 2005?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, yep. Since LT. So it's been a while since something like that's happened. So I mean, I heard you say Super Bowl, so that automatically we got to go to the quarterback position. That's the. Are you guys back in on the Jimmy G? Like he's our savior and guy? Because what was your take? Because the Jimmy G, Trey Lance whole situation. Because we really got to back up to even that to tie in with what Johnny's team and the Dolphins are doing.
So okay, the thing with Jimmy is that I'm okay with Jimmy playing when he's healthy. When he's healthy, he has to be consistent. When he's consistent, he's okay.
That was a wonderful answer.
Hey, that was
a wonderful answer.
Hey, I don't want to piss off the fantasy guy, the football gods by tearing down my quarterback. So I'm going to say this in the nicest possible way.
Hey, all right, real quick. First of all, the McCaffrey trade I think is huge because she hit it on the head. Kyle Shanahan is going to use him properly. He's not going to overuse him like they tried to do in Carolina, where they basically they ran him into the ground.
Right.
Kyle Shanahan, he's going to use him right. He's going to mix him in with the other players. He's got that mind. I love that pick for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I really don't mind the Bradley Chubb trade, because that first round pick was going to be in the mid-20s anyway, because San Francisco's going to go on a nice little roll now. So, thank you for those picks, by the way, anyway. But I like this for San Francisco for real. Jimmy G, I'll try to say this for Gina without Gina having to say it. He all right. You know what I'm saying? He all right. He's gotten into a Super Bowl. He got him to, the NFC Championship game another time. He's just not he's not going to win you games. You know what I'm saying? But if you got everything else playing well around him, he can help you win games, but he ain't going to go out there and win the game for you. That's the thing about him. He ain't going to go win the game, but he can be a piece and he can help.
Exactly. He will help. And his stat lines and everything, like he's already QBR is getting up there for as far as in the 49er franchise. He's making his way up the list, and we don't look at that as fans. We're looking as like, just help us win games. We just stay healthy, Jimmy. He's staying healthy. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Now let's just continue to win some games.
They got off all the weapons, right? Like, there's really no excuses for Jimmy. Like, I wish my team had the weapons that your team. I wish the Packers had one of those weapons that your team has. Give me George Kittle. Give me
Ayuk.
Or somebody. Right. Like, they have those weapons. Like, so there's really no excuses for Jimmy. Like, they went out and got everybody they can get, to solidify this team. I mean, they on paper, it really, and they,
in my opinion, probably better than the 2019 offense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
With the addition to
Yeah.
CMC, yes.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you don't have
Maybe-
to run Debo as much now.
Right.
I mean, even though you still want to sprinkle that in, because that's what makes Debo.
With
but
decoy,
you don't have to,
everything like that. Right.
Yeah.
I don't even think they had Trent Williams on that team yet. Did they have Trent?
No.
Then?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
You had probably the
you
best
didn't?
left tackle.
You got him the year after that?
We got him after.
Okay.
So you add the best left tackle in football.
Right.
Arguably, I would say the best. And you
was Bosa healthy when you went to the Super Bowl?
Bosa was healthy. He was a rookie.
Was he healthy? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He got held so many times in the Super Bowl. Like blatantly.
I mean,
ain't it funny how that happens?
It's funny how that happens. It's all there for the 49ers. I mean, to me, they can easily still win this division. I love what Seattle's doing and has done. I mean, Gino, I never would have, if you would have said Gino's going to play this way and the Seahawks are going to be this record, we probably would have all asked who your weed man is. That's just, I mean,
right.
I would have been like, shit, what do you got out there in Seattle?
Right.
Like,
let me get some of that.
Because it's just, it's unbelievable. So I all the credit in the world, but the 49ers should still take this division. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Rams, but it's the 49ers division to lose. And to me, right now, if they play like they did on Sunday, they look like the second best team in the NFC.
And the first would be the Eagles.
The Eagles. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're undefeated.
Right. Totally. Right. At one point, we were undefeated in 2019 until we got kicked off by Seattle on Monday Night Football. And that was, that was such a great season because we were so unexpected, coming off the year before when we were so shitty,
Right. Yeah, you had the number 2 pick and was able to get Bosa.
Right, exactly. So you just never know how it's going to go. I mean, I thought Jalen Hurts was going to have a hell of a year. That's why I drafted him in my fantasy league this year. Everyone's sleeper QB, and I was like, I'm going to draft him. I just had a funny feeling Eagles were going to do great. But yeah, the 49ers, I feel like, just like looking at, my Warriors coming off a championship, I feel like, the beginning of a season never really tells you how, you're going to end it. So there's always, we made the playoffs all the way to the NFC Championship last year, with that nasty, 4-game losing streak the 49ers did, last season. We had that ugly streak last season, and then we made it to the NFC Championship. So, now that we're 4-4, I feel like we still have, a pretty good chance to make a good run, especially with Christian McCaffrey. That triple threat, that just went down on Sundays. So I'm pretty excited. And now I feel like, especially with what, happened on my overreaction show the other night, I was saying it's up to Kyle Shanahan now. His bag, what is in his bag? I feel like it's going to fall onto him to see how far we can go because he has no excuse now. He's the one with the time management issues. We have the defense. We have the offense. It's on you, Kyle.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Johnny, I kind of heard you kind of groan when I said they look like the second best team in the NFC.
Well, I'm gonna agree with my man Allen and give it to Dallas because of the defense. But like I said, the pickup of Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they should honestly win that division easily now, especially the Rams. They won their chip. They're they good. They might be 500 this year for real. That's the way they're looking right now. I have no faith in the Cardinals whatsoever. Never did. Never been the biggest Kyler Murray fan. And Seattle, props to Geno Smith and Pete Carroll stuff, but nah, San Francisco should win that. But I got to give Dallas I'm not a big Dak Prescott fan, but that defense, Micah Parsons is a dude, and that defense is for real. So if Dak can just not lose the game, Dallas is going to be in every game, but if Kyle uses, which I have faith that Kyle will use those pieces properly, like that offense is going to be hard to stop, bro. As long as Jimmy just doesn't F it up, like Gina would say, you know what I'm saying?
The team we're forgetting about, though, to me, and Alan's kind of saying top 3 teams in the NFC are Philly and Dallas are right there. The team that nobody's talking about, and they just got better yesterday, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they just traded for T.J. Hawkinson, 6-1. They're sitting right there. Nobody's talking about them, and me and Johnny have had this conversation before. I think a lot has to do with who their quarterback is. It's Kirk Cousins, and he hasn't proven, as much as you want to say Jimmy G has it. I mean, Jimmy G got the team to a Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins is the ultimate 500 quarterback, and has never shined bright when the lights are the brightest. So I think that's everybody's biggest worry. But Kirk Cousins' stats look absolutely incredible this year. He's not turning the ball over, and that's. And hold on, Alan's chiming in here. He's saying, "Do you really trust?"
That's exactly what I was thinking. Sorry not to cut you, Nick, but that's exactly why I'm saying that is he ain't good on prime time, and the playoffs are nothing but prime time games. So
Rod,
he can put up the stats in the regular season all he wants, and he does. And I love the trade for TJ. I don't know what's happening with Detroit. Detroit is just doing Detroit Lions type things. Give it a tight end in the division. Come on, man. But until I see Kirk do it, I don't trust them. I don't trust him.
Gina, what's your thoughts
even though Jimmy ain't, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy, like you said, Jimmy's gotten to a Super Bowl. I don't trust Kirk at all.
What's your stock on Minnesota there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they had some issues last season. Remember, they had some issues with their kicker, and then I was like low-key kind of cheering them on, like, come on, you guys, get your shit together. I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan at all, and I think they're the dark horse right now. Like, they're kind of creeping around, so I'd like to see a few more games before I make a decision on them, because I don't trust Kirk Cousins either. I don't know how. Yeah, Rod says, "How do you trade within your division?" That's just like uncalled for,
And then a young stud. I mean, he's just starting to blossom. That kid, right? He's just starting to get there. That's just wow, Detroit. We made you feel that bad on Sunday, Detroit. You got rid of your best player. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I just think I thought Detroit. I just said on Sunday, I said not that Goff's playing bad. He's not. He's playing Jared Goff football, and it's like I was like, man, if they went out and got a quarterback, you have a young team with Swift, Jameson Williams, the kid that they drafted, and then you add, and that's a good core to build around. Then they just said, hey, yeah, we don't need you, Hawk. And they got Minnesota got picks in return to even add into that, it's injury to insult type deal. So I don't know what Detroit's doing. Maybe they just didn't want to pay Hawk because he is coming up. I think this is his 5th year option after this season. So he'll become a free agent soon. Maybe they just didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
I get that. But like you said, I mean, it's almost like they had to pay to get rid of him. You know what I mean? They had to send picks too. Like, seriously. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough with Detroit. Back to the possibility of Kirk Cousins. Like, would it surprise you if he goes down to Washington and loses on Sunday? No. There go your answer right there about Kirk Cousins. I like the squad. Justin Jefferson's a stud. They just picked up a blossoming kid in tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll talk about. The defense is pretty good. I mean, like I said, I got to see it from Kirk before you know what I'm saying? At least, like I said, with the Jimmy thing, at least Jimmy's gotten there. And the team around Jimmy is just as good as Minnesota, if not better at some spots. I love Dalvin Cook too. Like there's some players in Minnesota, but Minnesota may score a lot of points, but Minnesota only beat us because we had Skylar Thompson at quarterback. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Because they had 10 3-and-outs against us. You know what I'm saying? So if Tua's playing that game, we blow Minnesota the hell out of that game. So I'm not. If you look at all of Minnesota's games, they're all one score, or you know what I'm saying? They're all a lot of close games. But props because they're winning them. So and they're gonna win that division. Sorry about you know what I'm saying? Because your Packers are just giving it to them. So they're gonna win the division. But I don't come playoff time. Like I said, I got to see Kirk do it in order to believe it's really gonna happen. Similar to Dak in Dallas. You know what I mean? There's always hype around Dallas and stuff, and then they, you know what I'm saying, they don't fulfill that hype. So I ain't trust. I'll go with Philly. I don't think Philly. I mean, obviously Philly ain't gonna go undefeated, but Philly is just smacking people, bro. And that AJ Brown is a stud, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I picked them to win a division. I didn't think they'd be this good though.
Hey, we'll go ahead and we'll start getting into our picks. Remember, folks, what we're playing for at the end of the season is the BodkinShow Gold Chain, baby. That's right. That's what we're all playing for. We're going to be writing down everybody's picks, and at the end of the season, whether it's the guest or my guys, Kenny and the K&K boys, whoever's got the best percentage picks will win the gold chain. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me add this here and do that. We'll put up spreads here. We'll start making these picks for the week. It's tough. Sometimes I realize tough making picks on a Wednesday night because so much changes through the week with injuries. But let's get into this great Thursday night game. Johnny, you were just talking about the Eagles. They are headed to Houston here. Huge favorite, 13.5. You like the Eagles to cover this large spread? I mean, the Eagles have been an absolute wagon.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these types of spreads, but yeah, I will take Philly and the 13.5 because they'll probably win by 20 or more. To be completely honest, I mean Houston. Yeah, I like the young running back. I mean, I'm actually a fan of Davis Mills. He's actually, I think, can develop into maybe a Jimmy G type a good quarterback. But nah, man, Philly's about to let us all be able to go to bed early on Thursday night, yo.
Yeah, before we get into it, Gina, Allen says Philly only has 5 games against 500 or better teams. 4 of them are division games, and the other is Tennessee. So, hey, for what it's worth, Philly's beating up. Hey, they're beating teams that they're supposed
it's on
to
the schedule. They can only play the teams that are on their schedule.
Yeah.
Come on now, Allen. Your Cowboys are going to play that similar schedule, bro. Come on now. Just saying. Go ahead, Gina. My bad.
Yeah, no, Philly's got to take this one. I mean, they'll probably cover the spread, I'm sure. I mean, it's only
13.5
touchdown. Yeah, two touchdowns. They'll cover that. I do like that Pierce running back. I've got him on a couple of my fantasies, a couple of my teams. I'm in 3 leagues. Pierce is really good, but I don't think they have enough to keep Philly from scoring more. Like it's going to be 2 touchdowns, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. Like 13.5 is a lot. That's a high spread, but these 2 teams are just polar opposites. I mean, it was a high spread for the Eagles-Steelers game on Sunday, and I think the Steelers are a little bit better than the Texans. So at 13.5 on a short week, we're all in. Lock it in. Give me the Eagles, baby. Craig is tuning in, is taking care of his daughter. He's chiming in here. He's saying too big of a spread for a short week on the road. Eagles win the game, but I'll take the Texans with the point. So he likes the Texans to cover there. And then Alan's chiming in here again. Alan with the stats, man. Stat boy Alan.
True.
Appreciate it. They don't play Dallas till Christmas.
True.
Remember, I picked Philly to win the East. So hey,
Alan did keep it real. He does keep it real. He did pick Philly to win the division. So all right, I'll give it to him. And I usually agree with the Thursday night road team. Like I'm not like that's rough being the road team on Thursday night. But like, yeah, nah, the Texans ain't gonna be able to stop Philly.
Yeah, it's going to be. I just think it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a team where one team scores a lot and the other team may not score at all.
Right.
Let's get into the next one here. We got the Chargers headed to Atlanta. Atlanta, the home dog at 3.5. Gina, the Chargers. We have a saying here on the Bodkin Show: a Charger's going to charger, which means they'll probably finish somewhere around 500 because they're going to win some games that they shouldn't, and they're going to lose some games that they also shouldn't. And who you like in this one? Falcons at plus 3.5, or you taking the Chargers here at minus 3.5?
Me? I like the Falcons. They've been stepping up.
The first place Atlanta Falcons.
Facts.
I got to go Falcons. I mean, I told you about earlier before the show started that damn trap against my Niners. I felt it coming. I I hated it. I knew it. I was like, you cannot overlook the Falcons. And now Mariota is coming into his own, and it just irritates the hell out of me. So I'm going Falcons.
Johnny, hey, it's so much funny how a year can change things. Last year at this time, everybody was so high on Justin Herbert, saying that the Dolphins picked the wrong guy, and that they should have picked Herbert instead of Tua. This year, 365 days later, a lot of that chatter has now gone away, and more people are in on Tua than, and there's people backing off the Herbert train. How do you view that situation, and who you like here at Chargers at minus 3.5 against Atlanta?
Yeah, I actually have this one circled as one of the games that I really want to watch. Atlanta, I not for nothing, I called it earlier in the season that they were going to be a tough out. They were going to make a little hay in that division, especially. I'm going with Gina and the Falcons here to, at the very least, get the points of, they may lose the game, but it's going to be tight. And this is big for the Chargers, and like what you talk about here with Justin Herbert. I like the kid. I liked him the year before the draft.
Yeah,
The draft he
same.
came out. I was watching
Same.
a bunch of Oregon games because I figured the Dolphins are going to suck and probably have a good chance to draft him. And then he decided to go back for his senior year. And then I was happy with either one, honestly, because they both have some skill. Now, the thing that's worrying me about Justin Herbert is, like, he didn't do well in the big games in college, and then he came out like a bandit his first year in the NFL. So you figure, okay, maybe it's just translating differently. I mean, the kid's talent is unquestionable, but to already have 4 pick sixes in your young career, and like, does he just not have that trait to be able to win the big games? Like, again, it's still early in his career, but this is big. They're coming off a bye. Like, you better win this game, Chargers, if you're gonna if you're gonna do something in this division, or they're gonna really be talking about Justin Herbert. Lose to Atlanta and Marcus Mariota. And yeah, you think they talk about Justin Herbert badly now?
So yeah. Craig saying Chargers coming off the bye. Keenan Allen's supposed to be back, but I feel like they've been saying that for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He hates the hook, but he likes the Chargers. And then he kind of chiming in here too, as far as the Tua thing. Dolphins may be better than the Chargers, but Herbert's greater than Tua. No disrespect to Tua. Craig's got a hard on.
Herbert. I like Herbert, and he's more talented. I'll give him that. You know what I'm saying? He's got the stronger arm. He's faster. He's more mobile. But Tua's a winner, and I'll take a winner.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Over a bunch of talent. Just saying.
Allen says he likes the Falcons to cover, but Chargers win by a field goal. Yeah. That's you in here, Johnny. Chargers fans make excuses. for Herbert.
That's my son right there. Shout out, John.
Oh, that's your
way to
son.
defend.
Hey,
Yeah,
Shout out to Johnny
He's
Jr.
a Tua lover. He's you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Hey.
like I said, I would have been happy with either one. You know what I'm saying, but I am starting to worry about Justin Herbert. Like I said, his inability to win those. Like I said, just the 4 pick sixes alone is like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of hard to have that many already. Only a couple seasons, you know, and a couple of them were like in crunch time of the game. So, like I said, I think the kid's got a world of talent. I liked either one coming out in that draft. I didn't care who the Dolphins took, but like I said, Tua wins games, man, and that's all that matters.
Craig's got a nice hard on. He says I have a hard on for Joey Burrow, which I openly admit I do, because Joey Burrow is probably the coolest guy on the planet.
But dude, he's a winner too,
I did
bro.
too. I did.
He's got a hard on for Justin Herbert. So I mean, you know, his bias towards Herbert is against Tua. That's common. It's all right. So let's get into. Oh, I got to make my pick here. Shoot, host of the show here.
got all distracted thinking about Joe Burrow.
I did. I was getting flustered. Hey, I get mad at his offensive line because they can't protect my guy. You know,
Facts.
I'm kind of with Alan. Alan said it earlier. The Chargers should win this game. We all kind of I think we all like Chargers money line. But at the 3.5, the hook is what gets me here. Atlanta, folks, they somehow, some way cover the spread almost every time. They've only had one loss against the spread. So I'm with you guys. Again, we're all in on the Atlanta Falcons and Arthur Smith, baby.
Yep. They got some talent on that team, bro. They actually have some talent. I mean, Marcus Mariota probably ain't the future, obviously, but they've got some players on that team, man. And that's without Calvin Ridley. Like they didn't even have Calvin Ridley all year, and they're still playing well. So
they won't have him ever again,
right? But I mean, I'm just saying that the trade just reminded me of him. You know I mean, they're doing this without him.
They have a game plan. They know what they want to do. Right, that's what I like about their team. There's no wish-washing. We're going to try to run it down your throat 45 times a game. We're going to only throw it maybe 10 times at best. That's all we want Marcus to do. Let him run with his legs. We're going to give it to a plethora of running backs. And we're going to play good defense, and we're going to keep the game ugly and close. That's what Atlanta does. They have a game plan. They're not going to – it doesn't matter if they're down by 20, up by 20. They're going to stick to that game plan. Johnny, your Dolphins head to the Bears, the new look Dolphins. We talked about it earlier with the Chubb and Wilson coming to the Dolphins. They'll get their first start. But speaking of a new start, Chase Claypool headed to the Bears, gets his first game action here. Dolphins, the favorite at -5, headed to Chicago. Johnny, you sticking with your Dolphins here to beat a team that I don't understand what the hell the Bears front office is doing. We can talk a little bit about that before we get into this pick. What the hell are they doing? They trade their 2 best defensive players, and then they bring in Mr. TikTok Jr. himself, Chase Claypool. Makes no damn sense. Are you trying to win or are you trying to lose?
Yeah, I agree with you with that. A couple days ago or a week, whenever the Roquan Smith trade happened, I might have been a little worried, not worried about them losing the game, but about them possibly covering because, you know, our defense hasn't been playing great. Not that the Bears would completely stop this offense because Tyreek and Waddle is just, I think, they just too much for most defensive backs in this league. But you get rid of your best defensive player. You got rid of Quinn a couple weeks ago. And then Chase Claypool, I ain't worried about him. I mean, X locked him down a few weeks ago, so I ain't worried about Chase Claypool. He might not even play, and if he does, probably won't play much. I think the Dolphins win this game, and they cover easy. To be quite honest, I like Justin Fields too, but I don't know what they're doing for that. I mean, I feel bad for that kid.
Yeah. I mean, the Bears have found some sort of offense here the last few weeks. It looks like they're slowly putting together an offense. Now they do give Fields a weapon, in Chase Claypool, if you want to call it a weapon.
I was about to say, really though? Did they?
You're trying to.
They're trying to. Right?
Really though, Gina though? Are they really?
It appears to be
right. They're gonna half-ass.
I'm sorry. I'm not a Claypool fan, bro. I'm not.
Me
a
neither.
Claypool
Me
fan
neither. They're gonna half-ass attempt here to give him a weapon. Gina, you buying in on the Bears at +5? Or are you on the Dolphins?
I'm on the Dolphins. I'd like to. I need to see more from the Bears. I actually. Oh God, I was trying to go all in on them against the Cowgirls, and then I was like, I don't think so because Dak was kind of scaring me. As much as I think Dak's trash, I still can't put that to bed yet. So I'm like, I wasn't so. I heard all these like analysts saying, "Oh no, you can't, don't sleep on this new Bears offense." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not sold on that yet." So I was right. The Cowgirls defeated the Bears, so I was like, okay. So I need to see more from the Bears, and especially now that Claypool's there, well, I need to see more. So definitely Dolphins have my vote.
Yeah, we gotta get some comments real quick before I'll give mine. Johnny, I know. Hey, teach your son some common sense. I mean, Tua ain't winning the MVP, man.
I was about to say, yo, look at the stats, bro. He's staying healthy.
Johnny,
I gotta defend my son. He getting a little ahead of himself.
Okay,
but if you look at the stats, I'm just saying. But nah,
that's a young buck move, right? That's a young buck move.
Yeah.
Guy, but that's a young buck move. Alan's chiming in here. He's saying Atlanta could win the South if Patterson can get back. I mean, that's possible. That division's wide open. Patterson was activated off the IR today, so they'll be getting him back. Craig's chiming in here too.
I agree, Craig.
You, Johnny, but I'm sure he's on Bears Island, of course. He's taking the Bears at +5. Loyal Bear fan.
Like I said, if they didn't trade Quinn, and Roquan, then they might have covered the 5. The way our defense has been playing, and they might have kept us low, like the Steelers did or whatever. But you got rid of your 2 best defensive players. Yeah, they might put up a little bit of points, but they ain't gonna be able to stop the Dolphins. I don't think at all. So.
Yeah, he's got
at least 10. At least 10.
By 10.
Mm-hmm.
By 10. So, and then, so Johnny's saying with your boys back in here again, Johnny Cruz Jr.'s. He's saying with my computer's wrong. With Chubb and Fields ain't escaping the pocket, baby. Hey, we need to get your boy on here. I need to do a show with the in between the 2 cruises. Hey, we need to get him on here.
Yeah, we would have a blast, bro. He's a good kid. He's funny. He's cool. Yeah,
Claypool,
he'd be fun. Now I can't wait to see that dude, because Phillips, he's only gonna get better from this trade. Like I said, my son's got a point there. I can't wait to see these 2 both on the field for real. I can't wait to see Chubb in aqua and orange, baby.
Let me ask you this. Craig kind of makes a point here. Claypool 24th out of 109 eligible receivers in separation this year. Fields may be the best QB he's ever played with. You guys agree with that? Fields the best quarterback he's played with? I mean, it's possible, right?
Up and come. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Allen Robinson, I would take over last year.
No, I'm talking about Fields. Fields being Chase Claypool being Fields being the best quarterback Claypool's ever played with.
Well, didn't he play with Allen Robinson last year?
No, Chase Claypool played with Big Ben.
No, Fields.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Wait, am I looking at it backwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm asking if Fields the best quarterback. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. I agree with that. My bad.
If he got Big Ben towards the end of his career, possibly.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, he did. 2 years of Ben, which Ben couldn't throw past 5 yards.
Right.
And
but is Justin that developed? Like I said, I like the kid, and he's got some legs on him and stuff.
He has his moments.
but that's what I'm saying. He has his moments, but it ain't like he's there yet. So I
Right.
mean, he may develop into the best quarterback that Chase has ever played with, but I mean, he may be too busy on the sidelines, worried about his TikTok, like you said earlier. So I don't know, man.
I think it's possible to me. Like, I don't know. I mean, he played with Kenny Pickett for a few games and Mitch Trubisky a few games. At this
True.
point in their career, Justin Fields, I would take all three over Ben Roethlisberger over the last 2 years. Like I said, Roethlisberger couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards. So I would take all three over Big Ben. And we'll see what happens with him and Fields. I like Fields' talent. I've been high on the kid. I like him better than I like Pickett and Trubisky. So, we'll see what happens as they progress and as they get some chemistry on that Claypool and Fields trade on Fields. So let me make my pick here before we get into the last game. I'm kind of with you. I'm not picking the Bears. I think the Dolphins just too much firepower. They get that defense going. I'm interested to see this 1-2 punch of Jeff Wilson and Mostert together. Yeah. So plus you have Waddle and you have Hill. Hey, Mike Gesicki, they're finally figuring out how to use Mike Gesicki the last few games. Please give it to him. He's on my damn fantasy team. So, baby, let's go, Mike Gesicki. Get me a touchdown. I like the Dolphins at +5.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, they just put it together. I'm telling you. I could, obviously I could talk about the Dolphins all day, all night, Nick. But I'm just saying, they just getting it together too, man. They just learning this playbook too. It's only gonna get better. I'm just saying.
And plus, you guys got our former offensive coordinator, since Kyle Shanahan thinks he can do it all.
Thank you. I appreciate. Well, he not
he
for nothing,
thinks
but
he can
he
do it without one.
He cock blocked the year before because Brian Flores was trying to hire him as OC, and Kyle said, "Nah, yo, you ain't taking him." So
yeah,
now we got him as the main man. I'm glad he did that.
Well, and now Kyle seems to think he can do it all himself.
Yeah,
we have no offensive coordinator.
I think that's why they struggled a little bit early going on. And now they're starting to click, the 49ers, who's on a bye. I'll say we'll get into their game next year, but they're on a bye this week. So
yes,
they're going to come back even more dangerous as CMC learns the playbook. And let's get in here. The Carolina Panthers.
Rumor has it he has it memorized.
Well, hey, them Stanford boys.
I was about to say, hey, smart kid, man. I mean, he's got the bloodline, bro. He's a ball. Yeah, that was a good pickup, man. That was a good.
Let's get into the Panthers here, headed to the Bengals, coming off that bad loss to the Browns. I'm kind of surprised how big of a spread this is because the Bengals did not look good on Monday night. The Bengals are favorite here, Gina, at -7.5. You like the Panthers, who, since they've got rid of Matt Rule, got rid of CMC, got rid of Robbie Anderson, they look like a legit football team. But do they look legit enough to cover the 7.5 here?
I don't know about 7.5. I don't know. I don't feel good about that. I would say these are two struggling teams. Maybe a field goal, but I still think I still give it to Panthers.
So you like the Panthers covering at 7.5 at +7.5?
Yeah.
Johnny, it's a kind of a
just
big
so you can see, bro. This is the other game that I had circled. Was this Carolina Cincinnati one? Because you know what I'm saying. I mean, I don't have the man crush that you do on Joe Burrow, but I like Joe Burrow. Like the kid is, I like the swag. The kid is a winner. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on with, you know what I'm saying? They paid so much money for that offensive line. I mean, Lyle Collins was talking all that trash, talking about he's got a new bodyguard. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're about to put him in a body bag. I'm worried about Joe Burrow's long-term health for real. Like, I'm worried about Andrew Luck type syndrome happening to Joe Burrow because they're getting a man killed. But Cincinnati, if you're gonna make a run, you better make it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Cincinnati wins this game at home, and Joe Burrow. Like, I like the Walker kid from Carolina. Like, he should have been playing, before they went to get Sam Darnold, in my opinion. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, Sam Darnold and Baker ain't much better. So Matt Rule, you probably would have kept your job if you would have stuck with this kid and tried to build around him. Just saying. But I like what Carolina's been doing, but I mean, come on now, Cincinnati. If you're gonna make a run, you better start winning some games, and you just got your ass kicked by Cleveland. So you better win this game. I think Joe Cool plays well, and I think they put up a ton of points, and Carolina can't stick with them. I think they win by at least probably close to 10. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. I'm nervous, but I'll go with Cincinnati.
I cringe when I hear Joe Cool because that's reserved for Joe Montana.
That's facts. That's facts.
That is true, but hey,
that's facts.
I get it.
He's still.
But Joe Burrow looks cooler. Joe Burrow looks cooler.
Oh no.
That's also facts. Come on now. I'm gonna give
you can't tell me Joe Burrow, Macaulay Culkin's looking having ass ain't look cooler than Joe Burrow, baby. I mean,
that's awesome.
Hey, I have Alan says Panthers not only cover but win outright. So Alan's got the upset here. Bengals O-line can't block, no Chase, and I love PJ Walker and DJ Moore's connection. So Alan's got the upset. He's picking and then he wants to know Joe Montana the 49er or Joe Montana the Chief?
The 49er.
The chief Joe Montana is better than Dak. Just saying.
Hey, low
blow. Gotta mess with my boy Allen. Allen's cool. Allen's cool as hell. That's why I'm just messing with him.
Here's my thing: is I have a huge crush on Joey Burrow, but Joey Burrow's missing his crush in Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could see it was very evident on Monday night's game. I look for Burns with Carolina to have a couple sacks. I mean, he's an absolute stud for the Panthers. I think the Bengals find a way to win this game. Give the ball to Joe Mixon, please, because he's also on my fantasy team. But I'm with Gina on here. I'm taking the Panthers to cover 7.5. Just a little too steep. Bengals money line, but I'm hammering home. PJ Walker, baby, and the Panthers. DJ Moore, leave your damn helmet on, baby.
Right?
God. Dude, that was so I felt so bad for that kicker, bro. Like, I mean, it's hard to feel bad for a kicker, especially when he missed the second one. But I mean, all he had to do was kick the extra point. You give him that penalty and pushes him, like he actually has to make a legit field goal now for that extra point.
And then he missed another one in overtime.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't excuse him for that one. But you know what I'm saying? You got the game won, man. Like you said, keep that helmet on. I'm going off of the thing. I think Cincinnati's going to make a run, and your boy Joe Burrow's going to start. You know what I'm saying? They got to start, and why not start now? Like I said, I like what Carolina's doing, but like I'm nervous about the points. But I'm gonna go with Joe Cool and Cincinnati and say they win big.
Yeah, man, the ref at that time, I think you just got to read the situation. I know the rule is the rule, but at the same time, hey, man, the man just caught the game-winning touchdown on a 60-yard freaking bomb with 30 seconds, like no time left. Like, hey, sometimes you just got to tuck it in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we say in basketball. Sometimes you just got to swallow your whistle in certain situations. Hey, that should have happened in that situation. But nevertheless, let's get into it. My Green Bay Packers on a 4-game skid here, headed to Detroit, who we just talked about, traded, arguably one of their best players. The Lions are the dogs at home, Johnny, at plus 3.5. Is this finally the game where my Packers figure it the freak out and, get it right?
For your sake, I pray that they do, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh my God, like I don't want to break your heart, Nick. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like I'm nervous. I'm nervous for what's happening to Green Bay for real. Like I mean, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, bro, and I hate seeing what's happening to your Packers and this team right now. So, but I'm gonna go with your Packers winning because the Detroit Lions are the Detroit Lions, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers owns them just as much as he owns stock in Chicago. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead with Aaron Rodgers and say that he covers that. I mean, like I said, Detroit just gave up their, one of their best offensive players. I don't know what's going on in Detroit. I think yeah, they get right. This is their get right game for you, Nick.
Gina, the Packers can't stop the run. So if there's a parlay out there, a bet for Swift to run for over 100 yards, hammer that home. I mean, do you like the Packers here at -3.5, or do you like the Lions here at +3.5? Both these teams absolutely stink right now.
That's facts.
Beat me to
but the I call the slackers. They have to win at least one. They got to come out of this. I have them winning. So yeah, they've got to cover the spread. They've got to. I have them covering.
You got them at 3.5. Packers there. You taking the Packers at? All right.
I am because it's about damn time.
Yeah, well, hey, Gina, I've been saying that for 5 weeks now. Craig said Lions and score. Packers are having trouble scoring. Lions always play the Packers close. He likes the Packers money line, but with a late field goal, but Detroit to cover. I mean, neither one of these teams can't stop the run. So that's the only thing here for Green Bay.
Right. And not for nothing, but DeAndre Swift did not look all that healthy against Miami.
Didn't.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
did he even practice? I don't think. I think he was limited.
Right, and I think he had only like a handful of carries. So I'm telling you, I think this, like I said, this is your get right game, Nick.
Hey, Johnny, I've been saying that when we played the Giants, when we played the Jets, when we played the Commanders. The only time
those are actually decent teams. This is.
I mean, you weren't going to win against Buffalo. Let's just face facts.
Right. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that, Gina. I'm not dumb.
This is the Lions, bro. This is the Lions. This is your get right game.
The fact that
Aaron Rodgers had this game circled.
No, hey, I'm telling you, the fact that it's in Detroit, it's a lot different. It seems like when we go to Detroit, this is a game where Mason Crosby misses 4 freaking field goals because it happens in Detroit at least, every year. You guys, the lone Packer fan here.
Seriously,
I'm picking against. Hey, Johnny, you attended the Packer funeral on Sunday.
You do what you got to do.
You attended the funeral.
I was there. I saw.
You were at the funeral I held for this team. This team absolutely. I can't. I'm not picking them. I'm not picking them. I won't. I can't. I'm all in on Detroit. +3.5. Maybe Green Bay. I don't even know if I like Green Bay money line, folks. I told you this.
I only picked the Packers because of you, bro. Just saying.
I probably won't pick them to win a game the rest of the. Johnny, you asked me on Sunday if we would win 6 games. I said we probably won't now.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
I was trying to not bring that up, bro. I was so trying to not bring that up, bro. But yeah, that's facts, bro. Like I don't know.
That's funny.
I think you win this one though. This is one of the ones you win. Like I said, Detroit, they don't know what the hell they're doing, bro. Like I said, I like Dan Campbell I like Dan Campbell and the whole shit, but they find ways to lose. I mean, you're smart by taking the points. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you that. Like I said, I'm hoping Green Bay, like I said, I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan, so I want to see the kid go off.
Seriously. I do too, but it's not happening. Maybe we win. Maybe.
Allen's already throwing shots.
Hey, you can't kick down a man. That's just kicking a dead body that's already down. You know what I mean?
Man, I was trying so hard not to bring up the whole 6 wins, yo. Like for real. My bad, bro. I was so messing with you. I didn't. Like you may not win 6 games, bro. For real. Like, that's bad, bro. That's
Probably why
sad,
we
bro.
went through the schedule. We went through the
Oh,
schedule.
Yeah,
God.
that's what I'm saying. I was
There's-
trying
I
not to
don't-
bring it up, man.
Let's get into the next one here. Another team I was high on at the beginning of the year who's shit the bed too. The Colts go to New England. Man, just think 10 years ago, this would have been the marquee game of the day, right? Colts, Patriots, like Manning, Brady. Here we are. It seems so far removed from that from both teams, but Patriots nevertheless are the favorite, Gina, at -5.5. Colts didn't look great. They fired their offensive coordinator this week. It seems like everybody is getting the axe there in Indy before Frank Reich gets his axe at the end of the year.
Yeah, this one is kind of weird because of I don't even fucking know what to do with
I'm
this
so
one.
glad you're going first, Gina. I'm so glad you're going first.
I have a big fucking question mark on this one, to be honest with you. First of all, I couldn't care less who wins.
Facts.
Second of all, who's quarterbacking?
Sam, for which team? Sam Ellinger, and then there's Mac Jones.
Right, like, okay, well, yeah.
Belichick against the QB making a second start.
All right,
NFL
let's
start.
see.
Give the Patriots by 100 is what Craig's going here.
Let's flip a coin.
True.
Colts.
So Gina's on the Colts here at +5.5. Johnny,
Just for the hell of it.
I hate the Patriots too, but I'm so glad you went first, Gina, and I'm still struggling right now, yo, for real. I'm gonna go Patriots, bro, because it's a Bill Belichick. The Colts, I don't know. I was worried about the Matt Ryan. I did not think it was just gonna fall flat on his face the way it has.
Right.
But against a kid making his second start in New England. I mean, Belichick has shown you that he'll win a game with his quarterback throwing the ball 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take New England. New England's gonna win that game and probably big too, man.
Yeah, you guys just nailed it. You nailed it right on the head, Johnny. Craig nailed it too. A kid who's getting his second start going up against Bill Belichick type defense. Hey, Sam Darnold will tell you there's ghosts out there, baby. And Halloween was over a week ago. So, hey, I'm hammering home the Pats, baby. Give me the Pats at +5.5. That seems kind of a higher spread, but I like Pats money line, Pats at 5.5 as well.
Dude, they're gonna run the ball like 35 times, bro. For real, at least.
Yeah. Give me the team that's better coached. You know what I mean? Like the Patriots are so far better coached than the Colts. Frank Reich, one guy's losing his job and one guy's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that was well put there, Nick. Well put.
That is true.
So I mean, you choose which side you want to be on.
Right.
I chose the fun side.
Yeah. Hey, Gina, you like the house that's burning down? I got you.
Yeah, just for kicks.
Hey, let's get into the next one here. My favorite team right now to absolutely watch, the Buffalo Bills headed to the Jets. I mean, the Jets that were on a run last year, they kind of came back down to earth a little bit. Johnny, this is your division here. Bills are headed to New York at 12.5 favorite. I mean, the Jets came back down to earth, but they were in that game against the Pats last week, you know. But I guess nobody still believes in the Jets, Zach Wilson and the Jets.
And that's the key thing right there, Zach Wilson and the Jets. If it was the Breece Hall led Jets, then anything's possible, or at the very least, you're covering this spread. The D is actually pretty good. You
That's
know,
what she said.
Touche, my man. That was well done. Like I've been telling Dan, you know, all year. I like the pieces that the Jets are putting together. that Brees Hall injury was rough. I like the trade for Robinson from the Jaguars, but I've been saying it all year. The Bills are like a buzzsaw. They are like determined to embarrass people and just, just whip up on everybody, especially in their division. So wow, that's a big spread, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. You know what? Not for nothing. I'm gonna kick it back to my youth in the 90s when I freaking hated Buffalo. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Jets covering. They ain't winning the game, but I'm gonna take the Jets covering because Buffalo broke my heart too much in the 90s, man.
Alan, hot take. Alan's got some hot takes here. He's saying trap game for the Bills. Jets cover. Sauce shuts down Diggs. I hope not, because Diggs is on my fantasy team, Alan. But the Bills win in a field goal by the end. So, hey, I don't know what Alan's sipping on there, but hey.
Of course he has hot takes. He's a Cowgirls fan. Come on.
Craig is saying Packers covered 11.5 in Buffalo. Jets beat Packers. Jets at home getting 12.5. All that said, he's taking the Bills still. Gina, I mean, who you like here? Big spread, but I mean,
gotta go Bills.
You like the Bills, not even just straight up. No,
you have to. You have to. It's just a gives point.
I'm telling you, this. I was picking with my heart, just hating on Buffalo for real. Like I said, Jim Kelly and them boys broke my heart too many times in the 90s, man. I can't. Even though, like I said, I picked them to represent the AFC. Like I know how good Buffalo is. Buffalo is, and like I said, they are determined to just beat down everybody. But I'm gonna say that somehow the Jets covered. They ain't winning this game at all. But they may get a late touchdown to kind of cut it to 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 12.5 is high, but I mean the Jets. I mean they're still a work in progress. The Bills, to me, I said all year, the best team in the league. I don't care if the Eagles could go 17-0, and the Bills could have 2 losses, and I'd still probably tell you I think the Bills are the best team in the league. That's just win healthy. Give me the Bills at minus 12.5. It's a big spread. I normally don't like it, but it's the Bills, and they're just an absolute freaking wagon.
Yeah.
It could easily be 35-0 Bills, bro. Like seriously, it could easily be 35-0 Bills. Like seriously. But like I said, I'm just hoping that, like I said, I'm catching flashbacks to the 90s when I hated the Bills. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills hate to lose. Like they just absolutely.
That's what
they're like, we're supposed to go like 19-0 into the Super Bowl. Nobody's supposed to touch us. Like they're on a mission. Josh Allen and them boys are on a mission.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Kirk Cousins in Minnesota here, and here they are taking on the Commanders. We talked to Gina. We talked a little bit about it earlier. The Vikings added my boy TJ Hawkinson. They're going to the Commanders, and it's a minus 3.5 favorite. See, I think it's kind of low. I know the Commanders seem to, since they got Taylor Heineke, they seem to have got rallied behind him and playing a lot better than they did with old Stinky Wentzy.
Yeah. I kind of dig Heineke on the Commanders. I think he's been doing. I actually
we're vibing, Gina.
I have him on one of my leagues, one of my teams. In my my super duper flex league. So I have him chilling in my little QB slot. I say the Commanders take one away from the Vikings.
So you like plus 3.5. You got Commanders.
Wait, what time do they play them?
It's not a primetime game. Playing them at noon. It's a noon game.
But in Washington.
I was about to say 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for us normal people on the East Coast, Nick.
All right, I'll take the Commanders.
All right,
burn down the house.
Johnny, it's reported that
I'm down. I am gonna back Gina on this one. I like Heineke. I think they should have they should not have traded for Carson Wentz, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? They get paid to make these decisions. But there's something about this kid, and he ain't even a kid because he's already an older player, but there's something about him. He makes plays. I'm gonna say that, you know, that they cut, you know what I'm saying, Minnesota's wings here. TJ ain't gonna make that much of a difference. He don't know the playbook to come in there and make that much of an impact already. So, you know what I'm saying, Minnesota might win the game, but I think the Commanders keep it at least cover. But I think the Commanders might win outright for real.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised at all. That's what I was saying earlier.
Correga is saying Heineke and Cousins almost like that old Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other. He likes Washington at home to cover here. And then Alan's chiming in here real quick too. I'm taking the name redacted, even though I despise the team with a burning passion. Chase Young is activated. He's not going to play this week. Heineken's has. I would say he's made. Heineken.
I'll take one.
Right. Taylor Heineke hasn't made McLaurin better. He's just made him like back. Like that's what their connection was last year. I've said Taylor Heineken should have been playing all year. Or Heineke. I like to call him Taylor Heineken. Obviously, it's in my brain. So that's just. I mean, but with all that being said, you guys, like Minnesota, I say that all the time. They have two of the best position players playing their position in Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, and that's not even including Adam Thielen. And now they added TJ Hawkins. I know TJ doesn't know the playbook, Johnny, but the kid knows how to freaking run block. Right. Curl routes, they'll still tell you a curl route, still a curl route, a go route, still go route, no matter what playbook. So give me the Vikings at plus. I'm on Viking Island, baby. Probably for the first time all year. I'm hammering home the Vikings.
Wait, Packers fans hate Vikings, don't they?
I was just about to say all kind of sacrilege going on this show tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, it is. But when it comes to, I gotta put everything aside. I put everything aside.
You're going against the Packers. You're going for the Vikings. I'm in shock right now.
Hey, that's what happens when you have a funeral for your team. You can turn in your fan card. You completely wash your hands for the year. I will return back in September of or August of 2023.
You going for that chain? You going for that chain, Nick? You making the smart bets?
Yeah,
making
exactly.
the smart bets.
Hey,
I give it to you.
It ain't about fanhood, baby.
I got you. It's about winning. It's about winning.
It's about being able to walk around my house rocking my gold chain all day, every day. You know, that's what it's all about. Speaking of winning, two teams that are not winning, and they look maybe the worst two teams in the league. The Raiders going to Jacksonville. It's a pick'em game. Johnny, who you like in this one? The Raiders were supposed to be good and have been more disappointing than
the Colts.
Yeah.
More disappointing. They have been. Oh my God! Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, good.
The Raiders are just hot garbage, yo. For real. I'm gonna go ahead. And give it to Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jags. I think they defend the home turf. They win this game. It might just be by a field goal, but that'll be enough to cover as well. I ain't feeling nothing about Vegas at all. You know what I'm saying? They I don't know. I'm not feeling them at all. I like Travis Etienne. You know, I like the Doug Peterson hire for Trevor Lawrence. I think Jacksonville wins the game. They should have beat Denver and London. I think Jacksonville wins this game. They might win it easily too, for real. The Raiders is all kinds of messed up, bro.
I gotta agree with you, Johnny, on that. 100%. I don't have anything to add or subtract. I'm with you 100%.
Cool.
Yeah, the Raiders have been more disappointed than my wife is at me in bed sometimes. So I mean, that's just kind of. That's how bad they are.
Oh shit!
Raiders win because the Jags can't finish games. Hey, sometimes it's not about who's finishing first, Alan. You know. With that all being said, I like the Raiders to I feel like they've got to figure. I don't know. They're going to win this one. They're going to go down to. They're going to figure it out. Bounce back game. Give it to Josh Jacobs. They had something going with Jacobs a couple weeks ago.
Would be nice.
Josh Jacobs, yeah, in the Raiders.
I have Jacobs on my team, but whatever.
Dude, they lost 24-0 to the Saints, bro.
I know.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Come on, man. I mean, they might pull out the win, bro, but they just I ain't got no faith in the Raiders at all. At all.
Hey, speaking of disappointing, another disappointing team here is the Cardinals. They are a 2-point another pick 'em here as Seattle comes around. We were just praising Gino in Seattle earlier. Gina, this is your division here. How hot is is it getting for Cliff Kingsbury in the kitchen? And are they going to be able to win this game against Seattle, which is another pick 'em game?
I mean, his seat is so hot that his ass is probably, I don't know any good analogies, but I mean, the guy is about, I'm surprised he wasn't let go like, yesterday, but anyway, yeah, I would be really surprised to see, look, they got D-Hop back, so I do something. If Seattle is what, first in the NFC West?
Yeah.
So
5-3.
I hate them. So I hate him with Russ. I hate him without Russ. But I hope Arizona wins. Put it like that. I hope Arizona wins.
This is one of those you hoping for a tie type games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want a tie. I hope they both lose. So I don't know. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Craig said it makes my stomach hurt to pick the Cardinals, but this is almost a must-win game for them. Seattle, no answer for D-Hop. Cardinals win and cover.
I'm with Craig all the way on this one. I feel exactly the same. Like it does hurt to pick the Cardinals. I like the whole Geno Smith story and Pete Carroll and what they're doing over there. I mean, as soon as I say this, saying they're gonna run all over the Cardinals. But oh my God, am I really gonna pick the Cardinals right here? You know what? I ain't that worried about the chains. I want Nick to be happy about something. So let Nick win the chain. I'm gonna say Seattle wins it and keeps it rolling.
Going Seattle. You're going.
Yeah,
Seattle.
Man. I ain't got no faith in Kyler Murray, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good athlete. He's a good athlete, bro. But I'm not. I can't do it.
Geno Smith, MVP. Seahawks run over the Cardinals and maintain their division lead over the poor man's Alex Smith. Ooh, that's a knock on Kyler Murray for sure.
That was
hey, I don't know about
that was an elbow from the top rope, bro.
That was Macho Man from the top rope right there from Allen to Kyler Murray. I do think Arizona seems to be a different team when D-Hop is out there. I mean, they just look so much better when he's playing. But I mean, man, Seattle, I love Kenneth Walker, man. I love that kid. Like that kid can run.
Yes.
He is a stud, absolute beast. But I'm kind of with Craig. Oh, he's saying shot at Jimmy. Oh, what's he saying? He's saying shot at Jimmy G, not Kyler.
Too late. It was already funnier earlier.
I'm gonna take I don't feel great about either one of these teams, but I'm gonna take Arizona. Figured it out here. This is it. If they lose this game, Cliff Kingsbury's gone at the end of the year.
Dude, I thought that was gonna happen last year. Like I'm surprised they gave him
an extension,
they gave him and the GM an extension. And then they didn't even want to extend Kyler Murray, but wound up doing it anyway, bro. That's a talk about dysfunctional, bro. Yeah, give me Gina and Pete Carroll, and yeah, your boy Walker running the ball all over Arizona.
Alan said Murray was my Sooner QB, so I got to back him. All right, we're just going to keep it rolling with two disappointing teams here. The defending Super Bowl champs, Dogs, going to Tampa Bay. Man, both these teams, Gina. I mean, this should have been a NFC championship preview here. Instead, it's two teams trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
I mean, Tom Brady, I guess, should have retired. I don't know.
That's his ex-wife.
Whatever he's doing, I don't know what his, maybe he should have not had his coach fired. I don't know, whatever. There's so many narratives. None of my business. But yeah, we beat the Rams severely last week. And so I hope they lose again because, division rival. So I hope the Bucks win. I don't know if they could pull it out of their ass, but go Bucks.
So you like the Bucks at +3, huh? You like the Bucks at -3?
I've got to. I mean, well, probably -3. Okay. I don't know. I've got to be realistic. Tom Brady looks shitty out there.
Tom Brady, this is the worst unretirement. I mean, this is even worse than Michael Jordan coming back playing for the Wizards here at this point in time.
It really is.
Facts,
I mean, what do we do here? Are you still a believer in the GOAT, or like
I see? To take it full circle, I gotta unfortunately give it to Gina, and in my opinion, Joe Montana is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. Just saying, but as far as this game here, like I've been hating Tom Brady for 20 years as a Dolphin fan. You know what I'm saying? But I've actually liked him since he's been with Tampa Bay. I live in that area, so you know what I'm saying?
Should have been on your team. Could have been on your team.
Nah, man. My damn dumbass owner should have just let the football people do the football stuff, and we would still have a first-round pick. Anyway, you're frustrating me here. I gotta pick the Bucks. The Rams are so hung over with that championship. Like, I don't even think they care about this season. Seriously, it doesn't look like they care. From the opening game, they got their ass whooped, and it seems like they're all right with it. Like, we got our chip. We'll take a year off, and then we'll be back. You know what I'm saying? They'll try it again the following year. You know what I'm saying? They traded all their picks and they did everything they had to do to win that championship, and they got it. They just don't seem interested. And as bad as Tom Brady has been playing, they at home. That defense, I think, will step up. I think he'll make just enough plays and they'll win. You know what I'm saying? They'll win by a little more than 3. I mean, this is another just like blah type game.
I think it's probably I think it's probably gonna end up being a push here. I think the Bucks probably win by 3. I'm with you guys. I'm not gonna pick against Tom Brady. I'll still take Tom Brady one last time for one last ride. Let's go, Tom. Show everybody why you got the divorce, why you came back. Just one more time, baby. Come on, Tom. Let's do it. Tom Brady.
I love it.
All right, we got 2 more games to go to the Sunday night game. A huge spread on the Sunday night game. Not too sure who's starting here for the Titans, Johnny. I'm not sure if it's Malik or if it's going to be Ryan Tannehill. But nevertheless, they go into the hostile environment that is Kansas City. 12-point dogs. I mean, we know what they're going to do. They're going to try to give it to, Derrick Henry 50 times if they can. They can't. But the Chiefs, I mean, they're at one of the top classes of this league.
Yeah, 12 points is a lot of points, and yeah, I don't think it matters what quarterback Tennessee pulls out because you know how I feel about Ryan Tannehill. But I don't know, man. I mean, Kansas City. I mean, they still got Patrick. I'm gonna go with Kansas City defending their turf, and I mean Tennessee. I like Vrabel too. Damn, 12 is a lot, bro. Like I said, I ain't worried about the chain, so I'm going Kansas City at home. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want you to win that chain, Nick. I want you to win that chain.
I agree. I gotta agree. And we're talking about the Chiefs here, so I'm not worried about the 12 either. You know, it's probably gonna they trash as my team and in my own stadium. So yeah, and my whole family was there. I didn't get to go to the game, but my mom was there, my brothers were there, like everybody was there. So if I was there, we probably would have won because I'm a good luck charm. But that's neither here nor there. So I got to go Kansas City by 12, by 15, or by 20.
Nice.
So Alan continues his hot takes here. Call me crazy. Give me King Henry on the road. You win on the road by running the ball. It's similar to Casey's loss to Indy. Titans cover and win out. Ooh, I don't know. Man,
I'm definitely calling you crazy.
Alan, what? Hey, send me your weed man's number here, man. What do you got going on? What are you sipping on? Titans give the Chiefs a good game usually. Variable, one of the best coaches in the game. 12.5, a lot of points. I'm taking the Titans.
That's the smart bet. Like I said, that's a smart bet. But I'm just
beginning of the year, Monday Night Football. This is what I'll remember. The Bills took it to the Titans. Bad. I mean, beat the brakes off of them on Monday Night Football. That wasn't even the Bills' best game of the year. The Chiefs took it close with the Bills. I like the Chiefs to cover. I think the Titans have been on a nice run, but they ain't really beat nobody. They've beaten on bad teams. They're not quite this class level yet.
And Andy got a new toy. Andy Reid got a new toy.
Yeah. Come on. Give me the Chiefs. I'm hammering home the Chiefs here on Sunday night at 12.5. It's a lot, but the Chiefs win by 14.
Yep.
We'll get into the last game of the week here. Ravens at the Saints. Surprisingly, it's a 2.5 game here. Maybe another kind of pick 'em game. Gina, who do you like here? Saints sticking with Andy Dalton. The Ravens were so hot at the beginning of the year. Lamar Jackson looked like he could be MVP. They've kind of backed away and have lost some bad games. They're headed to a tough place to play in New Orleans. The Saints coming off that beatdown they gave the Raiders. Who you like in this? It's a pretty much pick 'em here at under 2.5. Saints, Ravens.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in the Saints, and I sure as shit don't have faith in Andy Dalton. They played the Raiders, so I got to go with the Ravens. And let me just say, I'm not a huge Ravens, believer. I think that Lamar will bounce back. I don't know if he's a clear MVP candidate, but he's in the top 3, I guess, or 5, whatever. So I got to go Ravens. And yeah, they'll cover.
Johnny, the only person that might be worse than Kirk Cousins on primetime is Andy Dalton. 0-11 in his last primetime game. So is it 0-12 here, or Andy Dalton finally gets that big win on the bright lights?
I'm gonna say no on the winning in the bright lights for Andy Dalton. I'm with Gina on this one too. I'm gonna go Baltimore, and I'm not the biggest Baltimore Ravens fan, but like similar to the Cincinnati issue where they got to show something. They gotta start winning some games here. So I think Baltimore wins this game. This has the potential to be a fun game actually, or it could be a total dud. Of course,
I think
that's
it's gonna be
the way the NFL is, right? But yeah, I like Baltimore. I mean, they just got a nice piece in the middle. I mean, yeah, defensively is where they've been kind of slacking, which is weird to say about the Ravens, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, the Saints put it on the Raiders, and the Saints on Monday night is a tough, but Baltimore could run the ball. Yeah, I'll go Baltimore. Yeah, I'll go Baltimore, and they'll cover. Yeah, they might just barely win by 3, or they could win by 25, but we'll
Hot
see.
take Allen continues. He says he wouldn't even put Lamar in his top 10 for MVP right now. Allen, I just feel like you're saying just facts, Johnny.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Name
now in the beginning of the season,
name
he was
9.
balling out.
Give me 5. Yeah, give me just 5. Your 5 top.
Yeah.
We're halfway through the season right now. Give me 5 guys that you would put as your MVP conversation over Lamar.
All right, Josh Allen, obviously, Patrick Mahomes. You got to give Jalen Hurts some love for what he's doing with his undefeated team. Damn. I mean, I exaggerated a little bit with the 10. You had to put me on the spot here, Nick. I'm gonna keep bringing off a few more. I'm gonna say, damn. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna say, I mean, like I said, if you want to stay healthy, you can put him in there. If you want to say Kirk Cousins,
he's
been balling. I mean,
maybe Kirk Cousins. I
Kirk
don't want to
Cousins?
All right, you got me there. So he's a top 5 MVP candidate, but I'm not the biggest Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of the best, most athletic quarterbacks ever, but he is one of the worst passing quarterbacks ever.
I would have took Derrick Henry. I couldn't say Tua because Tua missed 3 games, so you can't miss half the season where we're at.
3 games is considered
half. He said
3 games is considered half the season. Don't be jinxing us. Talking about he's gonna lose.
No, I'm saying like
he's gonna miss more games.
I'm saying he's missed half the season of half a season. Like we're at halfway point. He's missed half that. He's missed.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. We're at halfway. We're almost at the halfway point. So that's why I would have took Derrick. You could have said Derrick Henry. I probably would have put him over Lamar at this point in time.
I mean, Kenneth Walker, because I would pick him over
Rookie
Gino.
Of the year. Rookie of the year.
Somebody mentioned Geno Smith for MVP. I think
that's
crazy. Yeah. Somebody, I think it might have been
Allen.
Brought it up on my
take Allen.
Yeah, and then I had to mention that to Rob. Like that was like that question.
But it's a legit hot take.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it had me stumped.
Legit hot take.
Like when he asked me that, I was like seriously, like I was like, like I seriously had to like think about that, and ultimately no, but I mean you got to give the kid credit, comeback player or whatever for Gino, but you got me on that. I mean
Tyreek in the convo. Tyreek in the convo. Tyreek has more.
Yeah. Dude, he might break 2,000 yards, bro. Like I thank you, Kansas City, for not wanting to pay the kid. Thank you, bro. For real. Because him and Waddle, bro. Like, seriously, I asked this on my show earlier today. Tell me a better duo, bro. Tell me a better duo than Tyreek and Waddle.
You can also thank New York State taxes. That's one of the reasons he didn't go to the Jets. He said that state taxes are damn high.
Hey, that's all good. Hey, I'll take whatever. After 20 years of hot garbage, I'll take whatever advantage I can get.
Back to the question you asked. Man, that's tough. I would probably the closest person I could think of is Waddle Justin Jefferson and Thielen, but
Thielen's too old now.
Thielen ain't close enough.
What about Keenan Allen and Mike Williams?
Nope. I mean,
Debo
they good.
Debo and
Ayuk ain't in nowhere near that level, bro.
I
love Debo. Debo, but no.
What about Lockett and DK? You get Lockett.
A few years ago, maybe. Lockett. No, and I like Lockett, but are you seriously taking DK and Lockett over Tyreek and Waddle?
I'm throwing out people that might be in the conversation.
Okay, they're in the conversation, but they ain't nobody. I'm telling you, this 1-2 punch is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
I'm trying to.
Like you could have a 2,000 and a 1,500 yard receiver, bro, on the same team. That's crazy.
All right, hey, I'm gonna make my pick real quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get out of here.
All right.
So I'm with you guys.
My boy Allen.
Hey,
throw his list up there real quick. Throw my
I
man's
love it.
list up there real quick.
So he's got Josh Allen, Saquon maybe, Pat Mahomes, Hurts, Gino no, Micah Parsons possibly, AJ Brown no, Derrick Henry yes, Matt Judon no, Tyreek Hill possibly.
Wouldn't
Great,
Micah Parsons get Defensive Player of the Year though,
yeah,
not MVP?
but MVP should go to whoever the best player is, but they're saying,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It usually goes to offensive player. AJ Brown,
right.
Devontae Smith, Johnny on your conversation, and this one's probably hits the nail right here. Chase and Higgins.
That's probably as close to it as possible, and I would take either one of the two Miami guys over Higgins.
All right,
And I like Higgins, but that's as close as it gets. I'll give him that.
With you guys though, I'm not taking Andy Dalton on prime time. Give me Baltimore.
Dude, I didn't even know that stat about the 0-11.
Yeah,
Andy Dalton, but it makes total sense. It makes total sense.
Gina, I know you got to get out of here, so I'm gonna let you get out of here. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank
doing
you so
this
much.
with us. Tell everybody where we can catch you at. You know where your podcast is, where everything's at.
All right, so you guys can catch me on Twitter, all social media at Gina ReppinnWithGinaG, just like it is on the screen. And my show is also at ReppinnWithGinaG. And my show is usually on Fridays or Saturday nights, and we preview all the games before 49er the Sunday or whatever primetime game before, the game. We bring on opposing fans and try to get really into it. And then we have the overreaction shows, usually Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays. So I hope you guys can catch me.
Hey,
Absolutely,
Gina,
man. It's been a blast. It was nice. It was very nice meeting you. I'm definitely
Thank you.
checking you out. I may have to holler at you.
Please,
we
I would
battle.
love. Yes.
We battle. You're saying we going to San Fran in a few weeks.
That sounds great. You know what? I would love to have you guys come on the show too. So like you feel like you want to come on, you want to talk about it. We also other fans too. So it doesn't just have to be like against the Niners. It could be like, hey, let's talk about it, and just overreacts game.
Cool.
hey,
Sounds good.
anytime, Gina, reach out to me. You can hit me up. You know what to do. Hey, it's been a pleasure. I can't thank you enough for coming on here. Everybody,
Thank
give
you.
it
I
up
had a
for a big round of
blast.
applause for the lovely Gina, baby. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Had a blast.
Hey, Johnny, again, before we get out of here, where we can catch you at? I know you Sunday nights, you and Rob still doing your guys' thing on right here on Let's Talk Sports.
Yep, we got
Sunday
we got the Sunday night post game show that we always have a blast on, regardless of how the Sunday night game goes. There's actually a decent Sunday night game this week, like we were talking just a little bit ago with the Titans Chiefs. So, like we've been saying every week, it should be a good game. But regardless, me and Rob still have fun after the game anyway. I'll be doing a pregame show right before that at 7. That's usually me and Dan. Shout out to Dan. Keep on recovering, bro. We can't wait to have you back. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff on the Let's Talk Sports Network. I just did my Wednesday show, the recap of the Dolphins game, and I'll have the preview of the Dolphins against the Bears this Saturday morning. I'm gonna put it out on Saturday mornings now.
Hey, all right. Hey, appreciate it again, Johnny. Hey, this has been another great episode of the Bodkin Show. Hey, before we get out of here again, Dan, we miss you, brother. Get better, continue to recover. Everybody continue to follow Let's Talk Sports. We're continuing to do it. Even without the legendary man, Dan Harris, we still got plenty of things to come on here on the Bodkin Show as well. We'll be back Sunday morning for our UFC show, Head Kicks and Haymakers. And then Sunday night, you guys know what it is, 8:30 Central Time Zone. We'll be back again with our Week 9 reaction show. The K&K boys should be joining.
2Ks?
Hopefully joining back with us again as they, taking care of some stuff, some family things going on. So, hey, got to handle that stuff at home first. So, hey, we know what it is. For Johnny, Gina, this has been another great episode of the Body Show. Be a friend, tell a friend, folks. Alan, I appreciate you chiming in, brother. Hot take, Alan. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. I'm hitting that outro, baby, and we're going to get up out of here.
All right.
Whoa, I hit the wrong button. There she is.